What are we looking at? What are we looking at? We're looking at this car right here. And I'm going to show you all the different sides of it so that when you buy the book, you can come here and take a good look at this car. This is a 1940 Ford Deluxe Coupe. It is. It is in a really bright candy apple red color. It's looking orange to me on here. But I'm going to slowly turn it because the book features all different angles. And when I was coloring, I found that I needed to go back for reference. Look at this. Is that cool? Gives you the engine underneath. It's missing a headlight. I'm hoping I can fix this. These are honestly found in an old shed, and they are in horrible condition, but that's what gives them character. So we're looking at all the different sides. Go this way. Go this way. All right, keep turning it slowly. Here comes the back end because there are pages of just the back end. That's what the back of it looks like. And look, yeah, we can open up the trunk as a spare tire because you know what? Sometimes they need them. Some of these cars are missing their tires. And they are. They were just horribly abused. So there's the top of the car. Turning it, turning it, turning it, turning it, turning it. And that's what we are looking at here. Pretty cool. Back to the front. The windows. There's the inside of the car is actually in there. From the steering wheel to the dashboard, these are just amazing. Oh, and the doors open up. Let's do that too while we're playing with these cars. Yeah. Oh, well, that door came right off. It's kind of broken. I've been gluing and fixing that door. Don't open that door, Deb. Don't open that door. Like seats in there, the dashboard's in there. These are just really cool. And they're very, very heavy. They are. All right, so now you've had a look at the real car, which I'm going to do each and every one of the cars. I'm going to take a few minutes to show the cars on YouTube so that when you do buy the book and you say, I kind of like to see what the car looks like, they're on the front covers, but not every angle. So, and I went back and forth to check this as I was coloring last night. We'll take a look at what I've done so far. As soon as I figure out why I have the brightest white lights there. Is it you? Yeah, it's him. He's got to go lower. All right. Adjusting light. There we go. A little better. All right, now I'm going to lower my lid. Say hello to Linda. Hi, Linda. I worked on the beginning where the little smalls are to get a feel for what is it going to take to get the full page kind of what I like. So these are great for practicing. And then I did the red. This is the car I'm looking at right now. So I used the front cover to try to figure out there are blemishes. There's all kinds of stuff going on your pages. So you get to decide what do I want to make it look like in the end. And you don't have to stick with red. You could color it any color you like, which is the fun part. And that's what I did with the 1958. I played with all different colors on there because that was just so much fun to take a car and give it a whole new paint job. So what I'm going to do is look for this. Look, I'm so bad at this. I have to go back. The 1944 Deluxe Coupe. Find the Coupe page. Yeah, where are you, Coupe page? We're in truck. Here it is. All right, which one of these do I want to try? The back end? The front end? I don't know. I kind of like this. You know what? This looks doable. It does. All right, so let's hold this up again. Get a good look at this. I'm going to try the back side. So let's hold that back side up so that when you buy this book, you go like, I'm coming back to this. That's right. There's the back of the car. All really red. Depending on where the light hits it, you know, you have your shine lines. And you'll be able to put that in there really the way you want to do it. It's kind of in there, though. I see it. I see it. All right, so where do you start? And I'm not going to do the whole thing because that takes a long time. I like to start with the crayon, then move to the inexpensive pencil, and then at the end, I get out my Prismas, and I use those where I need it. And I'm going to just use red, just red. And let's see, if I start here, will we be able to see me color? Because my hand gets in the way. I'm going to hold my crayon as far back as I can. And I'm just going to pick out a part of this. This is slow coloring because you really want to take your time. You don't want to mess up these antique cars. So I'm not in a hurry. I just, feel like putting my time into making these beautiful because unlike many books, and people ask, what do you do with your coloring pages after you finish? Well, this book and these cars, if you actually take your time and do a bang up job on it, using some car talk there, a bang up job, I could see these turning out nice enough to give as gifts framed to people who really love classic, cool cars. So it has gift value to it as I see it. I'm pretty sure when I go to the local, rather famous pub here in Mandeville, Louisiana, which is called Ruby's Roadhouse, where every weekend bands come and perform, and they have for like all of time. It's a shabby place, if you ask me, but you know what? It has performers, many that would blow your minds. If they come to New Orleans, they come and they do a Ruby's Roadhouse gig. Wall to wall people. However, during the day hours, the guys gather. It's one of those guys gathering places. And I'm pretty sure, because they've looked at my books, but I'm quite sure when they see this one, they'll be like, I like that. And for some of the special ones, maybe they'll get for Christmas or their birthday a custom colored car by Deb. So you can put your name in there, custom colored car by. And I'm sure somewhere, someplace, you will have someone who would love to be the recipient to a beautifully colored classic car page. And you don't have to go and spend a fortune on the frame. Just your basic black frame from the Dollar Tree works really nice with this. I put the border around there because that's how I do it. I go to the Dollar Tree, and if I'm lucky, because a lot of times the frames that I'm looking at are already sold out. I'm not the only person who has realized these are some nice frames for $1. And I would definitely go with a black frame. Not fancy gold, black. I think black would be just perfect. So I'm laying down my color, and I'm going in every direction because I really want the crayon to go onto the paper as thickly as I can. I have watched some coloring videos by young people. I'll say young people. Anybody can make a video, remember that. And boy, they really don't color very nicely. I'm watching with my critical teacher eye, and I'm like, wow, you probably ought to check it out. How to improve. But they're young. We've all been young once. We've all learned along the way. Just slow down and take your time, and you'll produce some beautiful results. So I'm really putting in my layers. I'm kind of happy with that, I think. I can always go back and put a little more in. So my next step would be to find ruby red craze art. Let's hold the can up. Yeah, the 72 pack is amazing. A big color selection. I just turned the air conditioning off. It is so blooming hot out there. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's really, really hot. And it gets cool in here and then heats up so fast. All right, I have berry, and berry is not the color I want. I really want ruby red, and I found it. All right, I did. So now the next step is I'm going to take the ruby red crazy art, inexpensive, under $6 for 72 of them right now at the Walmart back to school price. And I'm going to start anywhere, and I'm going to slowly work that ruby red over that crayon. Because what it's going to do, I'm not gonna worry about where I want silver, where I want what. I followed the darkness on this grayscale, not a photo, not just, it's not just taking a black and white photo and popping it onto the page. I have to lighten things and do stuff with them the best I can, and then not know what it's going to look like till the book gets published. I did print one page out, but that's a lot of ink all over here. So it's much more inexpensive to just buy the book. And this book is $6.95. It's a deal. It really is. It is really priced at a very nice price point for what you're getting. And if you're going to color 10 pages and give them as presents, wow. Yeah, you're really getting off good, because this does have gift giving potential. Now, I might have to sharpen this. You don't want your crazy art pencil to be too sharp when you're doing this, because it'll put in lines. I should have put a piece of cardstock under here. I am pressing pretty hard, and the black on the back may go through. I have so much cardstock. I do. However, I never have any really close by. Wait. You know what I can do, because I'm using the pencil now? Yeah. I can use the clipboard underneath. That'll stop everything. All right, put the clipboard. Will also hold my paper in place. Oh, good idea. Yeah. And a hard surface after you put the crayon down and you're working with pencil really helps the pencil get the job done. Pencil likes hardness under it. Crayon likes softness. Oh yeah, big difference. Okay, that's doing really well, and I'm protecting my next page, which I definitely want to do, because I really see this as something I want to give to some people that I know have man caves, and make a great gift. So it's also really nice to be working on something and think it's not just going to get put on my shelf. I'm actually going to be able to use this for gifting. That's really kind of rewarding. If it doesn't turn out, well, keep working on it. Like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I'm not that gifted. I just don't give up. I don't quit. And as you're seeing, this does take quite a bit of time. But anything that looks really awesome usually does take quite a bit of time. Here's the one I really spent a lot of time on. This is where I realized I was looking at something that definitely could be framed and given as a present. That is really nice. This takes a long time. It really does. So back we go to, what is this? A 1940. Thank you. The license plate's on there. This also has a really nice license plate on it. Very visible. And the cars that are in this book, I didn't think it was really going to turn out. This was a hit or miss deal, which is why it's $6.95, because I really didn't want anybody to buy it and then have to apologize and say, wow, this is hideous. But it's pretty darn good for my first attempt at this. I'm sure the second book is going to be phenomenally way better, but it's also going to be pricier because it's going to be much bigger. I started experimenting with backgrounds and what to put the cars on. I have some up in a live oak tree, and I've cropped it and done some amazing things with the backgrounds. This is just on a very simple background. All of them are on a very simple background. It's actually a jacket I own. They're sitting on top of a cheese box, those round, big cheese boxes. I wanted the background to be sort of there, and then allowing people to decide what they want to do with it, because it is possible to get rid of the background by using the not your ordinary crayons color over it very nicely, but you'll just find uh, the alcohol markers color over it. I'm sure Sharpie would, but I don't really have Sharpies. I had them, and I go through them really rapidly, I find. And I also really do not like the smell of a Sharpie. I can hardly smell anything, but oh, I can smell those Sharpies. And I don't really care for that smell. So my brain says, you shouldn't be inhaling these. So I don't. Don't mess with what I have left of my brain. Now, this is just the trunk, and you'll see how long it's taking to do the trunk, which is part of what I wanted to really share, was how absolutely time consuming this is. This is where most people would fast forward to the next step. And what I'm just going to do is stop right there. As you're getting the idea, I would do this to the entire car, all where it's red. The next thing, after I've done the crayon, after I've done the Sharpie, I would take out my little itty bitty bit of, this is a nice red, crimson red Prisma. I would take my crimson red Prisma and not go around the whole thing, but I would use it to outline what I've been working on. And it'll really give a nice ending to your work and brighten up the parts from going from this part of the car to from the door to the roof. I found that really works out really nice. And when you get real gutsy, you may want to try some outlining in black. Take your time. Definitely use the pages that come in the front. I am doing a little bit of Prisma inside the area because I want that dimension, a little bit of it in there. I'm going to come through here where I haven't colored and add that nice bold line. With the Prisma. So crayon, craze art, and then a little touch of Prisma. And now I've grabbed my craze art again, because I will be working on all of this. And once you get a really nice coat down, then the gummy eraser to put the shine highlights. It will remove enough of it to create a shine that you can follow, and either leave it that way or add a little bit of Prisma white over it, and that really makes it shine. That is your final step. Color in all of it first, and then look at it and think, where do I want that light to sort of hit? What would I like to just have a little bright white show up? Now, you can just imagine how long this is going to take, because look, I am still working on just the trunk part. And I have a lot of decisions to make. And this is where I want to go back to looking at, and remember, you can back it up and look at the car to follow. What is all this? What is that? Is that on there? Is that just dirt? Because I cleaned it up as best I could, but these are honest to goodness owned by somebody, and there is some light and dark that's going to show through, but I basically make all this. Now there's a lot of gizmos down here. What are you? The license plate, and then, oh, there's the latch right under it. I see that. And then that's it. So A lot of this, after this, is all red. So I'm just going to red over it so I know, even though I didn't use my crayon here, I'm just going to get rid of what would basically be either reflection or dirt. I'm doing a better job, too, of cleaning the cars and finding new chemicals. However, they're used. This is nothing, right? Yep, that's nothing. So I want to get rid of all of this, too. I'm going to get the crayon. Yeah, I'll get the crayon. Get the crayon. Over here are the lights. So yeah, this is all crayon. There's a tiny bit of a latch to open the trunk, and the rest of this is not even there. So I'm gonna get it out of there, which is what I did on that other one that I showed. And these YouTubes will be very, very helpful. You can always come back, go to Deborah L. McDonald's name, click on videos, and then all of them will pop on your screen. Keep scrolling till you find the video you're looking for. And I call this one video 1. And I've learned how to add to the description. So I will go back in the description and write that this is me coloring the 1940 Coupe. It's the best I can remember. It's in the front of my book. I think I can add more crayon too here, which means I don't have to do as much penciling. Penciling is what is so slow going. The crayon is the nice, quick, rapid thing. And it looks good just with the crayon, but it really, really, really will look awesome. Now, what is this up here? Looks like a duck. That's nothing. So that's going too. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, you're going. I don't want all that. There you go. You have a lot to do on these pages. I'm going to put that picture up and leave it for a bit at the very end so that you can always scroll to the very, very end of each of these how-to, each of the cars. At the very end, I will stop and just hold it so that if you need to or want to, for a point of reference, yep, you go too. You're not there. You're just red. I have more to do. I have more blending to do. But it's really hot in here. I have to turn the air back on. So let's take a look at where I'm at right now. Because this gives you a very good idea of what goes into this. I don't know what that is. That's part of the back. Okay, there's the lights. I'm looking at the car. Oh, like the gas tank? Yeah. Maybe. That's the gas tank right there. Oh, there's some little, okay, I see those. They're like Chevron. I think that's the name of what that is. There's some silver running through there. That's definitely the gas tank, which would mean this is just light reflected. I'm gonna leave the white, but I'm gonna color around that. All right, so let's do this part. Let's take a look at the car itself, and I'm going to click done. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for enjoying. I propped this up. Let's use a toilet paper tube. Oh, we're standing it on a toilet paper tube. They come in handy for lots of things. Be creative. Be resourceful. I think we could go up just a bit more. We could put a black background. Could use something. I could use something. What do I have? What do I have? The back of the book. That might work. Oh, the clipboard. It's awfully shiny. Let's see what happens. No. No. Back of the book. It's pretty dark. Maybe the front of the book. No. I need black. I'll be finding something to put up. No. No. I'm sitting right with this big army blanket behind me. Oh, I almost knocked over my car. Watch how this works. All right. So that you can. I'm going to lower this. Lower that. I want you to have a nice view of that. That's not bad. Now let's play with the light a little bit. Oh, see, wherever I put that light, it's going to change the car. Let's try shutting the light off. Well, that's probably pretty good. I don't want you to get lost on the where my lights are hitting this. Oh, not bad. Turn that one away. Oh, there you go. I think we started getting some. You're going to have a little. But once I put the blanket up, okay, this is the last part. Putting the blanket up so that you can just see the car. I'm holding it with my teeth. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And I'm going to bring it in as close as I can. Back her up. Back her up. All right. I'm going to gag from having that in my mouth. And then, I don't know. Hard to get the red. Oh, I really can't have that in my mouth. Best I can do for you to get a look at what this looks like. I'm going to have light spots no matter what, but that's part of what you get to try to do. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please click and watch whenever you can. Share the videos also, and I'm going to end it right there. We've already seen the cover of the book. It is Grayscale Vintage Toy Cars Coloring Book, the first book in a series of several, because I do have, I think, 12. I haven't counted the cars. There's just too much work to do on them to count them. It'd be like somebody delivering a whole bus of kids to your door and going, here, they're yours. And they're a mess, okay? These are kids nobody wanted. It's going to take a while, and you're going to want to work one kid at a time and let the rest of them just run wild in the bus for a while. That's how I feel about these cars that came into my possession that said, please do something with me. I've made it this long. Did I? Wait. One more thing. I have the year that this car was manufactured by the Danbury Club. 1993. Doesn't seem that long ago for some of us older people. 1993 was just yesterday, right? It wasn't. 1993 was a long time ago now. Doesn't seem like it, but pretty cool. What does send feedback mean? I'm going to try that on my next one. I see a message on there that I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'll try it again.